Tonight we're going to be streaming a little Battle Royale Smash the Slate with Dooley. Welcome back. Tuesday nights. Let's go.
Let's go.
So last week, probably the biggest disappointment, the KC Jacksonville game. I was heavily on that game with almost every single lineup, at least getting a small piece of it. That game ends up underperforming 17-9. Brutal.
Yeah, that was crazy. I got crushed this week, so it wasn't a good week for me generally. Yeah, I was on that game a lot. I had a lot of Jags. Good bit of, I was taking Kelsey in like round 2 and 3 like all week. Didn't really pay off.
I'm right there with you, and we went back to the Mike Williams as well, and he had the targets, he had the catches, he just needed that touchdown to really get there. But here's the optimal lineup from last week's Battle Royale. Is this the Battle Royale? No, that's the
Monday slate.
Here it is. Week 2.
Yeah. Check out the first few, I feel like.
So basically, Mahomes naked, which we said you could do. It
wasn't optimal though. He wasn't even.
No, Danny Dimes. Dimes was optimal.
He scored more than 22,
but he just hit the nuts on the 3 top receivers. So Keenan Allen, Mike Evans, and Mike Evans was a swap.
Yeah, who knows if he even meant to do that.
So he could have had Eckler, and then it swapped into Mike Evans. But yeah, basically hitting the nuts at receiver. 2 touchdowns from Barkley before that ankle injury, and Mark Andrews for $50K. And what's crazy is 4 minutes before kickoff, we got the notification that Cam Akers wasn't going to play. And I switched all my pick swaps to Kyren Williams.
Damn.
4 minutes before kickoff.
Nice, dude. I took AJ Dillon.
Kyren ended up with a good... Yeah, AJ Dillon was going to be my pick in front of Joshua Kelly.
Me too.
But almost just didn't have the pieces around it because I was so heavily into this Jacksonville game. Like Ridley had a touchdown called back because he caught one out of bounds. Zay Jones caught 2 out of bounds. Get your feet down. And then Kelsey, he dropped a touchdown in the end zone as well. Diggs underperformed. It was a Gabe Davis week, which we had some Gabe.
I saw my tweet at the tailgate at 8 a.m. You knew it was Gabe Davis week, so.
That's the best. That's the absolute best. But let's take a peek at who finished second. You got Josh Allen again, Mark Andrews. You have the same exact 3 receivers, and this one has CMC.
No stack there. Look at that again. No Josh.
You don't need to stack Josh Allen either.
No, because he spreads it out so much. He didn't even get the rushing TD either. They had 5 touchdowns. He didn't not rush one in, which if he did would have been even better for naked Josh. But yeah, he spreads it out so much sometimes. Yeah,
Mahomes and Josh. Unless I'm getting Kelsey with Mahomes, I really don't feel the need to like pick one of those 5 pass catchers.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that for when we start drafting because I was like really trying to dig into that in my brain, and I was like, you just can't play Mahomes with any of those guys.
Right. You're better off going naked with it. But Jared, welcome to the live stream, Fantasy Dysfunctional.
You almost need like 3 touchdowns because none of them are getting there on the receptions or yards. So it's like, I guess you can make do with 2 touchdowns and get like 18 to 20 points, but yeah. So nobody really hit like the nuts here with like, right? Because he hit 32, so he cleared Josh and Mahomes by a good bit.
This crazy, man. I end up with 6 Daniel Jones lineups. Just about. There's some 5. I don't know which minis. How many are minis? So one's in the full. I guess I mess with it mostly in the minis then. But the optimal, he hit 31 points, and then with Kyren at 30%. I'm just surprised I wasn't able to have a high cash. Now, this week, are we gonna ignore the highest game total game this week? Like there's no chance.
Yeah, dude, I really don't know what to do with this KC game because Mahomes' ADP is egregious. Like, why is he going at like pick 8? That's just like insane, right? Like that doesn't really make any sense.
Seems it.
And also with like you can only stack him with Kelsey, like we were saying. I just feel so tough to play KC this week, even though they have over 30.
And the way I see it is, if you have a chance to stack Mahomes with Kelsey, it doesn't happen every draft. Take it. Take it every time, because it's probably going to be around 7-8%, just because you need Kelsey to fall, basically, or you need Mahomes to fall.
No, and I think it'll be higher. You mean only like 7% of the Kelsey teams are going to have Mahomes and vice versa?
I think so, because I think as this week goes on, these players are going to rise. They're not going to fall. So I think it's going to be tougher and tougher to get it.
I could see
as this week goes on.
Maybe. I mean, their ADPs line up basically like almost perfectly right now, right? Or you need one of them. You need Mahomes to fall like one pick.
Let's peek.
I don't think Mahomes is going to rise much. Like, how can you justify that? Like, when you can get Josh Allen like 2 rounds later. You're on the Thursday, Sunday.
Same thing with Hawkinson, though. Like, Hawkinson goes way too late. If we're going to put Kelsey at pick 3, Hawkinson has to be top. He has to be top 6 picks, top 8 picks.
Right. I'd almost take Josh Allen over Mahomes, like, straight up. I mean, yeah, I don't know. That Mahomes ADP just like doesn't make sense, but I probably will try and get some Kelsey Mahomes stacks. But that's it. Oh, like you can't play any of those receivers. They're just, none of them are getting enough volume.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's such a thin bet. You're better off just playing Mahomes naked than
that's
those guys.
That's the way I see it too with Patty here. And that game is what, 49 point total right now live. The Chargers Minnesota game's 51.5, and that's really the game that.
No, that game's up to 54.
It's up to 54 right now. Yeah. Like, can we double stack Kirk Cousins? Can we do it? And not 2 receivers, because that's what one out of 38.
I think he's like one of the QBs you can double stack because they are so consolidated, and he is such a pure pocket guy. Like, he literally might be like the one guy that I would double stack. I don't ever double stack, but I'm trying to think if like there's any other QBs that, I guess Tua with both of those guys, but
yeah, Tua is fine, but not on.
I don't even know if I would do Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I honestly, especially in this game environment, I think you could mix in a couple of Kirk double stacks. How do you feel about that?
I like it because you're not just doing it with 2 receivers, which in my opinion is more thin, because the receivers have a higher threshold that you need them to reach in order to be optimal. And obviously that's going to be tougher to get 2 touchdown games from Waddle and Hill versus an optimal Justin Jefferson in the first round. And then Hawkinson getting, 16, 15 points is just game changing at tight end on a flat week.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I think the tight end receiver double stack is way more viable than a double receiver stack because of what you said. There's going to be other receivers that go off. So you're going to need like Addison they're both going to have to go 20 plus, which seems a little thinner. But yeah, like last week, what the top scoring tight end was like 12, like again, or,
no. So who had Andrews had 13. I know. Did Henry get there again last week? 14.2.
The night game.
Yeah. 820, but still.
Yeah. Dude, Henry's going at like tight end 6 this week.
Yeah.
We're on to him.
Put some respect on my boy's name. What's interesting here about Minnesota is the snap counts between Osborne and Addison. You're seeing Osborne is still at 97%. He's still the clear number 2, but you do get a bump in Addison's usage. And this week, you could see this go up again with the Chargers, but he's likely going to remain boom bust, touchdown dependent. Like, you probably need 2 touchdowns from him with this type of usage.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you'd like to see that number get like, oh yeah, there we go. So I couldn't really see those numbers. Yeah, you'd like to see that. I mean, that is good though. That is trending, and efficiency is a good measure of like future volume, right? And since he's been so efficient, and he's just gonna kind of start like forcing them to play more. I think those numbers are gonna probably flip within the next few weeks, I would guess. Yeah,
I would think so too. He's been super efficient when he's on the field.
Yeah.
Same thing with Jalen Hyatt.
Yeah.
Man, these rookies, it's crazy how we had JSN like kind of the clear cut number one, and I guess one of the biggest disappointments right now, and I guess he's just always been reliant on an injury, is Quentin Johnston. Like he's basically a handcuff receiver at this point.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be this low of a or like small of a role, but I did expect him to come on a little slow. He's definitely like a raw prospect, but yeah, it is a little concerning. Yeah, I mean, 10 snaps, that's not great. I mean, I guess you really can't panic too much unless, you get halfway through the season and it's still 10 snaps.
Yeah.
Because the later weeks are just, in best ball especially, are just so much more valuable that if he comes on down the stretch, you're not even going to care that he wasn't playing in weeks, 1 through 5.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah,
and we know Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, not the best bill of health.
No, there's no way both of them are making it through the season.
So let's go to the opposite side of things.
That
this New England Jets game. Are you touching anybody? Is there anyone that you can flex? Stevenson. Anyone?
Stevenson is like a scroll of the app down at this point. Like he's buried, man. He's behind Jerome Ford in the ADP. Like, I don't know, man. If you rewind 2 weeks ago and tell me we're drafting Jerome Ford over Ramondre Stevenson in BRs in week 3, I would be like, "You all right, dude?"
and we get the news that Kareem Hunt's visiting Cleveland. So we'll see. We might see them get reunited.
Just absolutely insane against the run somehow.
Yeah.
And I mean, he looked pretty good, but I think people are going a little crazy on Jerome Ford, I think.
Definitely. I've seen some clickbait thummies already, like $100 fab, spend it all.
Dude, like,
I don't know.
What if we don't even know if he's good. Like, he's just getting put in this role. They might sign someone. He might not be that good.
That's the biggest worry. That's got to be the biggest worry, is that they bring someone in. You have Cam Akers that could be moved. Crazy. But yeah, I think Stevenson, like, if they're going to win this game or if they're going to manage this game, it's going to be on the ground against the Jets. It has to be.
100%. I think Stevenson's actually a great pick. He's probably going to rise. There's no way he sits that low. Maybe, I don't know. Breece Hall's going right behind him. Like, you cannot be playing Breece Hall with, like, you have no confidence in getting more than like 6 touches. I mean,
yeah, not after last week.
But yeah, you can't. Those are just such. I mean, again, anything can get there, like, on crazy efficiency, but there's just not going to be bets to be making in it.
Exactly. Like, are you going to pair that with your favorite lineup? You know what I mean? It just seems like a one-off that isn't likely.
Yeah.
But and you're, again, like, it's a one-off, so it's not even like you're game stacking this and you're expecting this game to, like, blow up, which, of course, I mean, 37-point total. It's furthest from that. But yeah, like, running backs, I think you leave out of it. I think, like, the Jets, I don't think you could flex anyone on this team right now.
Anyone on the Jets.
Yeah. Cleveland, Tennessee. Henry. Cooper looked good. Got to give it to him. If that groin was bothering him, you couldn't really tell.
Who? Oh, Amari Cooper.
Amari Cooper.
Yeah, that game is. I don't know. I probably
it's ugly.
Yeah.
It's ugly, but could you be the crazy one to game stack this? Go Deshaun Watson and Amari Cooper, and then bring it back with Derrick Henry, and maybe this turns out to be a little less gross looking.
Like the only way you can play it, right? You because the Titans are crazy pass funnel. Derrick Henry runs all over the Browns somehow.
Exactly.
Not really that into him, but
exactly.
Dude, they're just feeding it through the rock though. Holy crap! 25 carries last week.
Yeah, for like 80 something. He didn't even crack the 100 mark, but.
No.
Yeah, Tennessee, super strong run defense. So if they're going to play this game, you would think it'd be through the air. Although Deshaun did not look great.
Dude, he might
last night.
No
one looked great last night. Besides Pickens.
Just horrendous games. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Pickens he kind of is what he is.
Taylor to the Browns. Imagine.
What's Chubb's contract status?
He's owed a $4 million bonus, and I believe that's it.
He's a free agent after this year?
I believe so, yeah.
Really? Oh, maybe. didn't hear about any of his contract stuff, but he's like, well,
or it might just be guaranteed money, like he's not owed anything if he is on contract.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
ER7 I traded away Najee Harris for a bag of chips.
That's a good deal. I would
honestly.
I would look up. I mean, yeah, it was Doritos for sure.
Oh, Doritos? Yeah, that guy probably overpaid. If it was Lay's, it seems pretty even.
I couldn't even get Doritos for Najee in my league.
Green Bay versus New Orleans. Is this a good time to be selecting Watson? I don't think you have to do it just yet because he's going undrafted, but near the end, if he's still questionable, right, and this is Sunday morning, I'm going to be slapping a ton of Watson in there because you can just pick swap him anyways with your last pick. So there's no harm, no foul with Christian Watson here.
Yeah, that is true. I was thinking about this earlier. I think you got to be careful with the Q tags if you're trying to stack because you can't like pick and choose who you're swapping in. So like I was kind of thinking about this earlier. I'm like, I like the Q tags just for like the, kind of like the leverage and like the skewed range of outcomes. But and again,
if you have a ton of Romeo Doubs, you're probably not going to do that because now you have a bunch of 2 Green Bay wide receiver lineups. I agree with you there.
I don't know. I don't know. That game could be gross though. I think New Orleans D is like legit. They seem pretty good.
But, it likely will be gross.
I want to be in on him the first week he plays because I think he has a massive range of outcomes. I want that.
How about Olave? Like these are 2 of the pieces that, and maybe Kamara. No, Kamara's out this week. One more week.
Jamal Williams is going to be out too. Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe Tony Jones again? Or what's happened to Kendre? Is he still hurt or he's just getting healthy scratched?
Kendre might be in this week. He might be in this week. He's still dealing with that injury. So if he can come back this week, that would be huge. That'd be huge. But Tony Jones Jr., like you're not.
I don't think. Yeah. These hamstrings are ridiculous this year. I don't remember it being like this.
It's definitely an early season type injury though. Like when you first start going hard, that's typically when it happens. Is Kamara league winner? Oh man, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess you can mix in Olave if you kind of get boxed out at like the elite receivers, and you just kind of need like some floor there, I guess. But I don't know. He just doesn't seem like he has like a crazy ceiling in that offense. They're just pretty slow and boring.
I'd agree with that. I think that's a tough one to sort of play around too. But yeah, you have the one piece, like you could go Olave mini stack with Watson, but I think that game again, you don't want to be even mini stacking too many of these games that are on the lower side.
I agree. Those games, like the bottom 5 games there, I don't really. Yeah, I'm probably not really gonna be. Those are just be one-offs for me mostly.
100%. I agree with. Like you can grab the number 1 piece from that game. I think that's smart. Moving on, Seattle, Carolina.
I've liked Seattle. I still think they're going to bounce back and be a pretty good offense. So I've been just kind of taking pieces of them because the market just reacts like crazy to the week before. So, Ken Walker's getting kept. I mean, DK's been getting kept at high in the past weeks. He's pretty buried. Gino's never being touched. That makes sense. Yeah, for sure.
And Lockett's not being drafted again. DK Metcalf is basically on the fringe. Sore ribs. I don't think it's really anything to worry about.
Yeah, he should. It was finally Lockett week last week. I was on him, but again, I had all my lineups tied to Chase and Ridley. I had like 6% Chase, and I just
but if you hit on that one piece, right, and then you can hit on another optimal piece later. That's how you sort of find that combination. It really raises your chances. So I don't mind that type of style drafting battle royales. Carolina, like this side, I think sneaky play could be Hayden Hurst. He's not going drafted. He's a scroll the F down type guy. And he's playing Seattle, who's still weak against tight ends.
He's barely playing. I don't know.
Let's pull it up.
I feel like there's got to be better. I mean, dude, I think he had like 50% of the snaps last night.
Yeah, 55%.
Yeah, that's tough.
55%.
See, I'd rather play like Durham Smythe, who's right below him,
For
or Dalton
Miami.
Schultz, Musgrave. Yeah, honestly, Hurst is. I mean, maybe the ADPs stop being relevant for how often they're being drafted. Like, I don't know what at a certain point they're just like all the same ADPs. They're just whatever how they're ranked. But he's
Right.
tight end 14. I think I'd rather some of the guys behind him.
Well, that's the thing. Like after tight end, 5? It's basically
they're all the same.
They're all the same. So yeah, I agree with that. It's a really good point.
It's like tight end 3. They're all tight end 4 and higher. They're like all the same.
Yeah.
Because you got Kelsey, Hawk, and Andrews. Once you get to Engram, you could tell me Ferguson outscores him for sure. Like,
yeah. But yeah, Lockett obviously in play. Like, could you stack Geno this game? Could Geno get you there?
I think Geno's he's like kind of always a good scroll down QB. Like he gets hot, and people again like they don't want to play him because he hasn't been too good, but he could pop. Actually, he had 23 last week and Lockett at 22. That was a viable stack. That was no different than the ones we saw win. Like we saw what 20 or 23 from Josh and 22 from Mahomes, and
23 was
you could have swapped in
first
Geno
place
and Lockett into either of those teams, and they would still would have won.
I still like Geno, you can do it. Again, you're probably just gonna single stack it, and I don't even know. Like you said, like are you even doing a bring back here? Like I still think Thielen, like I saw Thielen get drafted in this the other day, and after his big game, he's still touchdown dependent.
Yeah, he's just like
6 for 67 and a touchdown's like his ceiling.
Yeah, I agree. Right. That's totally his ceiling. And like on a huge slate like this, that's not going to cut it. And that's such a thin bet. Like that's probably going to be his best game of the year. And I don't know, I'm not chasing that.
I agree with that.
Yeah, somebody said the Panthers have a really injured secondary. Yeah, I think JC Horn's out for a bit. I don't know who else they have, but
could go right back to the Lockett well for sure. In this one, DK2 both in play. Yeah,
they're both in play. I think there's like some man zone splits between those guys. I'm trying to look out for some of that on Twitter.
And Jason's
I think DK's the man guy and Lockett's the zone beater, so you can kind of use some of that to see what the defense plays.
Jason's still just around that 56% snap count.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be tough to play until he's like 80% of the snaps.
And will that ever happen with how efficient Tyler Lockett's being?
It might not.
I think it's moving on. Buffalo, Washington, and you like Josh Allen here. He's getting drafted.
Yeah, they're always going to be viable. I think still stats.
Getting drafted way too late. Way too give me Hawkinson, Josh Allen, and one of these top 6.
That Mahomes ADP I think is not real. I did one draft before where I hopped on the stream and maybe it was just a sharper room, but I think the dude went Kelsey, then snuck in Amon-Ra, and then got Mahomes in the 3rd. So like I think
no way.
Sharp room, Mahomes is not getting taken at 8.
Man, I think I've done like 10 or 11 so far. Mahomes is going around 6 or 7.
That just makes no sense. Like from a value standpoint, that just seems brutal.
Highest point total of the week for KC at 30 expected points. So
yeah, but
who's gonna get there? It's gonna be likely. It's gonna be Patty.
Yeah, I guess if all the QBs were going higher, like I would get it, but I don't think he should be.
True.
And the opportunity cost seems to fall off like quick. Like I think after
super good point.
Yeah, after pick like 12, it's like you could just scroll to anybody. I would say, but I think like the top 12 are like some legit like studs with like a high floor and high ceiling.
And what's getting ignored is the other side of the ball. Like sure, expected 17 points. It's one of the lower on the slate.
That scares me.
But all 17 points could be Justin Fields. So he's going to kick the field goal too. 2 touchdowns, he's going to kick the field goal. Yeah. But really, like Justin Fields still can he doesn't look great as a passer. Horrible. I don't think you're going to get anyone to fight that one.
No.
But the rushing upside's still there. He needs to rush the ball more than, what do you do? Like 4 rush attempts last game? It was.
Dude, I think I saw he's had 2 designed rushes the whole season. That just seems not right, but I thought I read that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just like inexplicable. Like, what are you doing? That's just, I get he's been horrible throwing the ball, but the game planning has been equally as bad in my opinion.
I agree.
But yeah, that's just such a tough game to stack because, I mean, I guess you can play DJ Moore or Komet to run back, but like, what then if you go Fields, then the only option on the other side is Kelsey, I guess, or maybe Pacheco with 14-point favorites.
Right.
They're at home. I mean, if Pacheco is going to be viable, I feel like this might be the game.
I could see like a naked Fields, maybe Kelsey mini, and just everything, and then you're just literally you're hitting a 5-person parlay, six player parlay.
Yeah.
Fields is still in my mind. He's still always in play because guess what? When he hits that ceiling game, it's all over. Right.
I agree. And we're kind of just stacking money in the Fields bank right now because the more shitty games he has, the lower he's going to go and the less. So then when he finally does break out, you're going to hit for even more.
Right.
Because a 40 burger when he goes every time doesn't matter nearly as much as a 40 burger when like he's drafted in like 3% of the drafts or something.
And I think that's why it's tough for me to like want to stack even Geno here because you have Fields who's going undrafted as well. I'm just always going to rely on the upside, especially in this tournament that is, goddamn, how is it like 60,000 this week? It's 68,000 entrants and it's going to fill.
Oh yeah.
This is going to fill
each week with like what they're releasing.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't love the $10.
I don't like the $10 either.
I did like what they did with the mini though. Like the 25 max mini.
Yeah.
I did like that.
That was cool. I think they could do a $5 big one like this and then do like a $3 or a $5 like 10 max or something just to like I think people would jump on that like more casuals who maybe don't want to do like a big tournament like that.
Right.
So I'm curious what they decide to keep going with.
Moving on. Indy versus Baltimore or Washington versus where are we? Detroit, Atlanta. This one's extremely stackable. Now, I mean, London and Pitts, you don't know which one's going to have the 7-target game. But if one's going to be optimal in my mind, it would be Pitts to have the higher chance to be optimal at tight end. But it's like it's a crapshoot. Like which one's going to get 7 targets, and that's not awesome.
It's tough to get their receiver with 7 targets. So like if London gets 7 targets, like if I know he's only getting 7 targets, I'm never drafting him probably.
Right.
He's going to have to go like 6 or 7 catches on 7 targets for like 90 and 2 touchdowns to get there, something like that. But yeah, there's just such a lower threshold at tight end. I agree with that. But I mean, just Pitts has just been it's been ugly. But he also is way more of the deep threat. So like they could just hit him for a 60-yard touchdown and that catch and you're fine.
But yeah, likely the obvious ones Bijan as a bring back, maybe Amon-Ra.
Incredible, dude. Holy crap.
Yeah, it's cool. Get that guy the ball in his hands and let him get to work.
It's criminal that they're not giving him more touches, honest. I guess he got 19 carries last game, but
yeah,
they're picking it up. Oh, okay. He got
some work. He saw 59 snaps. They're definitely ramping him up. Matt Collins, obviously, he had a touchdown call back. I thought that was kind of, I don't know. It looked like it was good to me. Matt Collins, he had a titty called back. Clear number 2 here. And then Jonnu Smith. Jonnu Smith had a set play for him. I forget if it was in the red zone or not, but what is happening?
That's just Arthur Smith, dude. Michael Pruitt, 46% of the snaps as tight end 3. That's just, I mean, maybe there's a reason Bijan's doing what he's doing, but it's not fun for fantasy.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think it's hard to
this dude has
make that bet on London.
Like scheme, it's super frustrating for fantasy other than Bijan.
That's 100% true, dude. There was people that started. I saw on the Twitter machine. People started Algier over Bijan. Like,
I'm not sure about that, but
because you see Tyler Algier get some goal line carries, punch it in the end zone. Just I don't know where people getting their fantasy advice from. But
Bijan had literally 0 career NFL games. Like you gotta it has to wait some into it. Like, just get the dude's feet wet first.
Mhm.
Did we get any more signal on the goal line usage there? I don't know if I saw. Yeah, that's what I was laughing at earlier.
Classic. So classic.
Did we get any more signal on the goal line usage? Because I know first game Algier had the 2 goal line touchdowns, right? Next game, did we get goal line signal? I don't think I saw it.
No, I didn't see it, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Bijan starting to earn more of those over Algier.
Probably should.
I think moving forward, he had a target in the red zone, but
hell out of him.
Algier had 0 targets last game, so I think that's going to be big.
That wheels up for Bijan, yeah.
Right. Detroit, obviously, Monroy, Sam Laporta in play here. Anyone else you're interested in starting?
Gibbs is going at RB5, which I guess that makes sense. There's not really any other studs, but I mean, I think people are kind of assuming he just like plays way more. I'm not convinced he plays like. Oh, I thought you were going for Craig Reynolds there at first, because Craig Reynolds is probably going to play the David Montgomery role. Like, I don't think Gibbs just gets thrown in as like the workhorse, right? Do you think
it's not? You would really need Montgomery to be limited or not playing at all.
He's not. I don't think he's going to play.
Okay. Can you mix him? Can you mix him in? And basically, you would just be leveraging that game, right? So if you're going to put in Gibbs, you're not going to have a Monroy. You're not going to have Laporta in my mind.
Yeah, for sure.
You're hoping that he punches it in twice and Monroy does what he does best and fall at the goal line like he did all last season. But yeah, Gibbs, you want to see that usage ramped up, and right now we're not getting it. How much of that injury to Montgomery is part of this 48% too?
I mean, he did go up from last week. That is actually maybe I take.
But the injury to Montgomery is likely the reasoning, right?
True. Yeah, I don't remember when he got hurt.
Yeah. We got a question here. Reese, welcome to the live stream. I was thinking of picking up Nico Collins from waivers, 100%. I have Cooper, Garrett Wilson, Pacheco, White, and Pickett on my bench. Is it worth dropping game one? I probably wouldn't start Collins, but I love his upside.
Yeah, you probably should not have Pickett on your bench. I don't really.
Right? I agree with that.
I don't really ever roster back at QB, especially not Pickett, who doesn't look good at all.
Definitely agree with that. And then you have Deontay Johnson also out.
So he's your third quarterback? Okay. If it's super flex, then that would, that's a big piece to add there.
Definitely. That's going to be tough. Pacheco could be a nice little trade leverage pick, just because you have all these running backs going down. Maybe just reach out to the Chubb team. Maybe reach out to the Barkley team, the Eckler team. You have so many options that you should be able to find a trade there for Pacheco, someone to like him on this KC offense.
Yeah. I kind of take back Gibbs. I think he'll probably see like 60% of snaps, which might be fine for how good he is.
Yeah.
But he's not going to get any of the goal line work, though. That's always going to be an issue. I still don't think he's going to get Craig Reynolds is going to be the goal line guy, I think.
Oh, man. Is this too soon? Drop in Pacheco for Ford if I can.
I'm bearish on Ford compared to what it seems like the consensus is.
Yeah. I'm just afraid that this team brings in another running back because there's still so many options. Like you still have Lenny, you have Kareem Hunt, who already visited. You have people that want to be traded, like Jonathan Taylor. You have Cam Akers, who wants to be traded. Mm-hmm. There's some landmines.
I agree. Sure, he'll be like playable, but I don't think he's gonna be like that good. Like, he's not really much different than like Rashad White to me, like right now. Like, sure, you'd pick him up off waivers, but to like think you got like a league-winning running back or something, I'm skeptical.
Jacob McCaffrey
just doesn't look good. I mean, if Watson doesn't turn it around, I don't think it's gonna really matter how good Ford is.
And they're playing the toughest run defense in the league this week, so we'll see.
This is the third week in a row there's been a chalk running back against the Titans just doing nothing. But yeah, Jamal Williams week 1, and then Josh Kelly got stuffed last week.
Dude, these running backs are falling.
What's next?
Oh man, John, welcome to the live stream, my man. A big day for the Badge Bros. You see Nez going to Miami. Won the dog
yeah,
bowl.
dude, shout out to Nez. That's awesome, man. That's
100%.
I'm happy for him.
So cool.
Yeah,
so
Jerome
cool.
Ford's going 15 for 33 and no touchdowns. I hate to.
Oh man, Najee stat line right there.
Yeah. No, he's Brown's Najee now. Yeah.
Brown's Najee. Buffalo, Washington. Terry McLaurin going undrafted here. Logan Thomas injured. Just have a little peeky here. Not returning, concussion, so might not play. Dude, this guy's actually grabbing like a good amount of targets here. 8 week 1, 3 had a titty.
Yeah, not gonna lie, my first draft, I took Jahan Dotson, bring back on Diggs and Josh. I think the Commanders receivers are viable. They're like their ADPs are 36.0, so like I don't even know if they've been drafted.
Nez in the house.
Nez is hanging out. Let's go.
On the Buffalo side of things, expected 25.5 points. We see Josh Allen goes way too late in these drafts.
Yeah. He's like outside the range of like the elite skill guys, which I'm totally fine just taking QBs after that. Like I think once you get past like Ridley, I mean, maybe you can consider the 2 other elite tight ends in there, but I think it kind of drops off quick at like, I think once you get to that point, that's when you can just scroll to anybody and kind of make a case for it.
Dude, even having Justin Herbert all the way down here when you have that game total at 54 points is freaking criminal in my mind.
I agree. That total is wild, man. That's like a whole touchdown above any other game.
Yeah, and the number 1 QB on that game slate is.
I have no evidence to back it up, but I like that the spread is small. I think that might like keep them just going back and forth more than like if it was like a high total, but it was like somebody was like a 13-point favorite or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that game could be crazy.
Well, OT.
That's something to watch for sure. Is the Eckler news? I think Josh Kelly is very playable. Like he didn't do anything, but the usage was there last week. Like I'm not really worried. I would play him in a heartbeat if Eckler's out again.
But what we saw was this team rely on the pass, right? 13 targets for Mike Williams, and Keenan Allen had 10. So without Eckler, they're really leaning on these 2 guys.
That is true.
So
yeah, no, I'll be playing it through the pass game, but I don't know, Kelly. I mean, you can for sure play Kelly if Eckler's out.
Yeah.
Which I think Eckler will be out again if I had to guess. A lot of the Twitter doctors have some good data on that stuff, and they're saying that like average in this like 3 weeks, so coming back in 2 would be pretty unlikely.
I love the term Twitter doctors. It just reminds me like Animal Doctor. just a little better.
Yeah, I'm sure you follow some of those. I don't even.
You have to. You have to.
Good data too.
You have
like,
to.
a lot of them like literally will keep like they have like databases of like certain injuries and like the dude's like ages and like all this stuff and like how much performance dips and like average time missed and like I mean, injury depending on what injury and what week they're going to be, to me, operating at what percent. Yeah, I want to be like efficient with my content consuming, so they're great. It's just like I can read one tweet and just get like basically like professional like advice with like real data. I don't know. I think they're pretty good. I used them last week and kind of just assumed Kelsey and Andrews were playing, which turned out to be right.
Reese, welcome to live stream. Says, can I get your opinion on one more thing? RB2, would you start Madison, Pacheco, or White this week? I think you got to go White here. Never Madison.
Yeah, Madison is cooked, man. He looks so bad.
Honestly, on a good game he had 2 tough games, right? Like Philly's defense is no joke. They stopped Ramondre Stevenson, especially in the first half, 5 rushes for like 5 yards. But Madison's definitely be a trade target for when he has that 1 touchdown or 2 touchdown game. I think
Madison is in the best game of our by a lot, but I still just don't like him. He's so touchdown dependent. Like he's never getting there on efficiency or like volume, really.
Right. Yeah, and if that's a good thing though. If Minnesota's playing from behind in this game, like either way, he's not out of it. So that could be good for Madison either way.
Crazy. He could just punch in the touchdowns.
Yeah. But these are 2 tough teams against the run. So like don't let this fool you.
For sure.
Madison's gonna have better weeks, even though he's one of my favorite fades this offseason. Better weeks are ahead. Madison, he's definitely startable with the 54-point game total. White,
yeah, for sure. He
we
must be on
gotta,
that game.
of course.
We have
Who's Tampa Bay
two
play
Monday
this week?
nights. It's 2 Monday nights again this week. They must be on Monday night. I don't even know. I literally only know this slate. I don't know like any of the other games.
Fail. Who's Tampa? I know. I'm fully focused on battle royales right now.
Me too.
Um,
I'm looking at my phone. Hold on.
But in the meantime, let's jump in and fire off our first battle royale for the night.
Eagles. Rashad White's
yeah,
not a great
yeah.
play.
You don't want to start White.
Rams Bengals at 8:15. Bucks Eagles at 7:15.
Yeah. Give me Madison. Give me Madison this week for a bounce back.
Yeah. Josh in the chat's asking if we're drafting Eckler. Yeah, no, they do get an argument sometimes.
I'm crying. I'm crying. I'm
They just start
crying.
accusing each other of like saying things are like too certain or like, no, I just said it's a possibility.
Oh hell yeah! King of Kings is in this one with those Pounders. Let's go.
I don't think Eckler's gonna play. Do you? I mean, I guess we don't really have much info on a Tuesday night, but
The thing that might stress him to try to play is that loss last week.
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, Staley said the other day he's without a timetable for return, which like could mean a bunch of things. I don't know how much stake you really think.
More likely than not. So like, are you guys drafting Eckler? So where he goes, he's basically free.
Yeah, he's free. So like, whoever you were gonna take, you can just take Eckler instead and swap to who you're gonna take. You know, so it's not really a big risk.
Not a big risk at all, and actually, kind of like what we did with Kyron, you're getting more information because you can make that pick swap up until
it actually
game time.
could benefit you for stuff like that, right? Because
big time.
We was taking Kyron because we didn't know Cam Akers was going to be inactive, and then if you just took a questionable dude who didn't play, then you got a free Kyron.
So like clear example this week. If you did that with Eckler and you got 30%, and then you get the news 10 minutes before game time that Kendry's playing, Kendra Miller, and he goes undrafted, huge leverage.
Oh, for sure.
Who do you like here?
I think I like Pollard and Bijan over Kelsey.
Yeah, I like Pollard, Bijan, Lamb even over Kelsey this week.
The cliff at running back, like I feel like Pollard and Bijan feel like the best two in the tier, like pretty far above the rest of the running backs.
Definitely.
I'm gonna try and be overweight on those guys.
100% agree there. Definitely agree there. Really good point. It falls off really quick. Although ETN versus Houston, like this could be the game for ETN against a weak run defense, but
yeah, I like him too, but I think those guys are just kind of a tier above him.
Addison likely shouldn't be going this far ahead of like a Tyler Lockett and even Gabe Davis.
Yeah, I agree. Addison's getting steamed up because that game total's 7 above the next game. Yeah, I'm down for that.
I'm cool going Hawk here too.
We can always fill in the Chargers later if we're gonna go that route. Yeah,
right. You can always game stack still with like Mike Williams and Herbert. But even at tight ends, like it falls off extremely fast. Like how many elite tight ends are on this slate? There's 3. It's Kelsey, Hawkinson, Andrews. When we're talking about elite tight ends.
Yeah, so I'd probably be overweight on Andrews and Hawk, and then I'll probably be underweight for like the next few, just because like we said earlier, where from Evan Engram to like, I don't know, pick your favorite like
tight end. Cole Kmet.
Durham Smythe or something like. Yeah, Cole Kmet. I mean, Durham Smythe is like running more routes than any tight end. He's running like a route on like 90% of it to his dropbacks or something absurd.
Really good sign. Really good sign.
I mean, he just doesn't get any targets because he sucks, but the volume potential's there.
If Ridley falls here, like, yeah, he's gone. Bring in Mike Willie.
Yeah.
None of these teams have. So none of these teams have Keenan Allen, so we should just be getting Herbert back. And if not, we still get a mini stack in the highest point total game of the week. So it's not a big deal if we do get sniped.
Yeah, no.
And then a lineup like this, you just scroll down to like Justin Fields.
Oh yeah.
if you do get sniped. Like, if you have this as your starting lineup, right? And I mean, sure, you can get one piece to, like, you're not gonna bring in an Arizona piece, I don't think.
I brought in Zach Ertz on my first draft.
Did you? You're sick. He is getting the usage.
He's got more targets.
He is getting the usage. So crazy how Kittle doesn't play week 1, how Kelsey doesn't play week 1, and Ertz does. It's still just.
But I've had Pollard, so I did. I don't remember who my RB2 is. Oh, I did Pollard with Ertz, and then I had Josh and Diggs with the Dotson bring back, and then I think I had Ken Walker as RB2.
I missed this. Jacob asked how swaps work.
Oh, you just clicking Herbert?
Yeah. Definitely.
Down for that.
Definitely. Fits the bill perfect. This team goes 3 receivers straight. I like that too.
I like that because they got, like, it's tough to pair those guys on ADP, right? Mm-hmm. So those 3 together are probably not common. They're all elite. I like that.
Yeah, again, JJ at 2 as well.
That's tough to not take JJ at 1. I don't think you really want to be underweight on him.
I agree there. Right, you're only getting first pick 1 out of 16
weeks. I mean, I don't know. You could just be like, I don't know. Maybe it is kind of fun to just take like ridiculous stands in the first round. It's not like wrong. It's just a matter of
it's not.
It's not. I mean, last week, we had those 4 receivers going in the first round. I took a massive stance on the 2 that scored the least points and just got completely dusted. So,
and I guess like they're basically the same. Where is it? 26.5, and Miami's actually supposed to score like 0.75 points more. So it's not the craziest thing, but there's not too many better game environments for Justin Jefferson.
Yeah. If there's gonna be like a crazy week,
this could just be a scroll they have to, like, this could be an Eckler. No, it can't. Could be a Waddle, though.
Yeah, Waddle should not be going that late. Oh, he's in the concussion protocol. Forgot about that.
Right. And if he doesn't get out, then we just pick swap him. And if he plays...
You want to just scroll down at RB, or you want to just grab a Waddle bring back? Javonte? What's the usage?
Oh, I love Javonte. Yeah. I love the Javonte pick this week. The usage was good.
Oh, yeah, the Chargers ran the hell out of them, right? Wasn't that week 1? The Chargers got 250 yards on the Dolphins.
So you see 45%, 50%, which isn't the best.
What were the opportunities?
At like 12-1. So like P. Rhino, I think, only got 1 rushing attempt. It was mostly Javonte.
Just playing because he pass blocks really well. Player profiler.
Javonte had 12 rushing attempts, 2 targets or 2 catches, and P. Ryan, he had 1 rushing attempt.
Yeah, I'm down for Javonte. That's like a perfect scroll down where like you kind of like beating everybody to the right, because we all know he's good and like we want to be in on him, but we just haven't seen it yet. So like better be, that'd be like earlier than late to that stuff.
Right. Is this the game that the usage is going to go up? And if he's out there only 50% of the time, but if he's touching the ball at a higher rate,
it's like the Henry that too. Stuff. They're like splitting snaps 50-50, but the opportunities are like just massive. Like Henry's out there to.
Or he could go Judy.
I think I'd rather Javonte.
We're going Javonte.
Love it.
Little mini stack there, which is fun. And we'll have to figure out. So like, if our pick swap's going to be like Kendra this week, I already have to keep in mind that this team will just auto pick
a wide receiver.
Yeah, this team will pick swap a receiver. So we can cover pick swaps right now real quick. Players that get pick swapped are questionable players. If they're out or doubtful, it warns you when you pick them that you cannot pick swap them anyways. So if they don't play, you will take a 0. It won't swap out. If you don't set rankings, it will basically, and this player's the only one to be pick swapped in the whole draft. you will get the next best player based on ADP at receiver that was not drafted in this draft. If there was 2 people drafted in here, like if Eckler was drafted here and our man Waddle, and they're both not playing, it goes based off of draft order, right?
It's reverse pick order.
Reverse pick order. So it gives a little benefit to the 6th spot.
I think John's watching, so he'll correct us if we're wrong here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He knows.
He's got the rules on the back of his hand.
Yeah. I watched their stream though when they went really into it. I believe it goes reverse order. I don't actually know clarification. So say it was your flex that was the questionable. I don't know if you have to swap the same position or not. I think somebody got that answered, but I don't remember what the answer was. You know what I mean? Like if you took your second running back and he was the questionable one, could you swap that for a receiver or a running back, or does it have to be running back?
Yeah. No, it's just the highest ADP because it's a flex. Like that last pick basically counts as a flex.
But what if it was your first running back, but you did have 2 running backs? I think they clarified that would have to be a running back because
copy. I see what you're saying.
You know what
because
I mean?
that pick came first.
Maybe John.
So like if your first pick was Eckler and your second pick was whatever, Javonte.
Yes, exactly.
And Eckler doesn't play because he filled the role of running back first, and then Javonte would be the flex. If Eckler doesn't play it has to be a running back. That would make sense.
Yeah, that's John just said in the chat. We were right. The second RB can be flipped to flex, but the first RB has to be an RB.
Dylan, Puka's not on this slate for
it's Monday night.
Yeah. All right, let's fire another one. Are you going to be doing any of these dog bowls, the $4 dogs?
I might throw a few in on this week. I haven't done any yet, though, but now I kind of got FOMO with Nez here winning, so.
Major. I did 2 just because the massive overlay. And I did have a Danny Dimes. I had a Danny Dimes Waller lineup, but just obviously surrounding pieces sucked ass.
I did draft a few at the tailgate. Thought maybe like that was, you know how like the Badge Bros are always tweeting like these beautiful views. I was looking around at all the beer and the tables and
broken tables at the Bills game.
You got to draft Gabe Davis and Josh Allen stacks to win.
Dude, basically 1 catch away from being the optimal for Gabe Davis.
Yeah, if some of those touchdowns went otherwise, but hey, James Cook is here now. That was a good game by him. He looks pretty explosive.
Yep, good usage there, 17 for 123. But
that
red zone's killing him though, man. That red zone's killing him.
He just comes out once he gets inside the 10. It's brutal for that man.
Latavius Murray and Latavius Murray and Damon Harris both stealing from your boy Cook. But guys, if you haven't already, go down, drop a like on a live stream, follow Dooley. His link is in the description on the Twitter machine. He's always dropping like amazing threads, and help us out. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers, 59 away. Road to 1K, almost complete.
Exciting. Hell yeah.
Crazy. Nice. I want that $2 per video posted, you know?
Is that how it works? I don't know anything about
Yeah,
YouTube.
basically $2. Could mix it up here. I can go Bijan start or Pollard.
I don't know. It's your portfolio. I don't really have much of
Let's mix it here with this one.
It's kind of what I do if I don't have a strong stance. I'm just like, I only take stands where I want to take stands, you know? If I'm like indifferent, I'll just go based on ADP probably.
I likely want pieces in this game too. Like 46.5 point total, and Atlanta still has a high total at 21.7. That is the shit, dude. That's solid for losing teams.
Yeah,
second highest.
Yeah, Pitts is gonna break one of these slates, and nobody's gonna have drafted him. It's gonna be hilarious.
Of course.
Man, I can't believe that.
But he's gonna break it on 7 or 8 targets. It's gonna be like a 2 touchdown game for 17, 18 points.
Like he's getting 7 or 8 targets. Is he even running 7 or 8 routes right now?
Oh, come on, man.
He's not gonna get 100% targets per route run, dude.
All right. Let's do the bring back here.
Oh, yeah.
A little mini stack in this game. Jared saying, let's hit 1,000. Let's go. Parker, welcome to the live stream. What are some players I could trade Najee for? Devontae Parker.
What did was that Najee? Somebody said they got somebody said they got a half-eaten bag of hot Cheetos. That was
right.
They answered our question with kind of.
They weren't stale, so that's honestly target the teams that have lost Nick Chubb, that have the Eckler injury, that drafted Dobbins, and if you were that team and you have Najee,
target someone not on Twitter. Anybody on Twitter is not trading for Najee. Honestly, though.
The Hawk goes one pick before. Great pick by King of Kings.
It's a Josh Allen team.
Yeah, cool. Just taking a complete different route here. A little obviously chalk based off ADP, but we can get different.
Yeah, you can get different. You just go Gabe or Kincaid.
Yeah, 100%. Let's see the snaps between Kincaid and Knox. It was still relatively even, I believe, for week 2.
Kincaid went down. They used Trent Sherfield a bit more than usual that game. 41% for Trent Sherfield, which came out of the Knox Kincaid pie.
Mm-hmm.
That could have just been game planning.
Right.
I don't. I think it's just a little noisy. Still think they're gonna try and feature Kincaid. Yeah. I think Kincaid's targets went up, right? But he didn't play as much.
Yeah, and he had, the good thing is he had a target in the red zone as well.
Honestly, they ran a bunch, and Kincaid is not on the field in blatant run plays. So let me see his route percentage. Dude, player profiler is not working. That's the only site I know to look things up on. What else can I look at routes run on?
The man is broken.
I'm broken.
The man is broken. On the clock, Gabe is gone. No, Gabe's all the way down there. We can wait on Gabe. Gabe is buried. I'm not grabbing a second piece in this Detroit game. Is there like a running back that we want here? Not really, huh?
Brian Robinson bring back. Dude's a machine.
Love that pick.
I think people are going to be. I know the ADPs. Search Commanders. I just want to see the ADPs. Okay, Robinson is going to. Dude, Dotson.
He's getting drafted. He's getting drafted with like the last few picks. McLaurin not going drafted, and Dotson.
Yeah. They're both viable. The Bills D is like they're okay, but they like seem to give up. They can't tackle. The Bills D. They like give up so many big plays on broken tackles and shit.
And so, what do you guys do? Just like break tables afterwards in the parking lot?
Yeah, no, not before. Afterwards, we go home. We go to the bars after.
You have to after tailgate. So I don't get it. Like, I'm a big after the game. You don't just sit in traffic. Do more beers, then make the wife drive home.
Yeah, we got there at like 8 a.m, so that was a long day.
God damn!
I know.
I'm trying to get to every single stadium for an away game.
I've
been to 5 or 6 so far.
I actually didn't see any table smashes. I was gonna post one if I saw one, but I didn't see any. I did see a girl fight though. This chick launched buffalo chicken dip at this other girl over some dude, and then they turned around and they each had each other's hair.
No man. All the guys probably so pissed. Like, you don't waste the buffalo chicken dip.
It was really funny.
You don't waste the buffalo chicken dip though, man. That
was a disgrace.
It's a worse crime than the fight itself.
All right, what are we doing at tight end here? We have like no correlation. We're correlated out. We just got to pick our favorite, really.
Just scroll. Dude, Njoku looked so bad.
Dude, he looks like the most like unagile dude. Like, he seems like he cannot move laterally whatsoever.
Good blocker though.
He like runs like a deer, bro. Like, he can't move.
Fuck. He'll be fine. Is this the Kyle Pitts game? No, we can't, right? No, we can't. We have all the points Atlanta's gonna score.
Yeah, that office is allergic to more than like 21, I think. Fuck. I mean, dude, I'd be down with like.
I don't like Jake Fergie. He's already losing snaps to Shoemaker. Like, they're splitting.
We just double stack with Kincaid. That'd be about it. No.
Bag of chips just fell off the table. Tostitos. All of them are broken.
Play someone else then. Play someone else. Well, go Komet. You like Komet.
That was a sign, man. That was a sign. Never gonna financially recover from that.
Hey, Kincaid, you just need 12 points. Kincaid's getting you 12.
King of Kings with Tyreek Hill, pairs him with Tua, has Ridley, Hawkinson, Jahmyr Gibbs. That's a fun one. Amari Cooper. It's a fun one. Jewish McCaffrey in the live chat. Justin Jefferson, Travis Etienne, Mark Andrews, Raheem Mostert, and Nico Collins. And it's got to be a cap.
Collins, man. He's getting, dude. He looks promising. Like,
yeah, but are you worried that like Tank Dell is also getting a crazy amount of usage, and as well as Robert Woods? Like they're both getting a crazy like 10. Tank pulls 10 targets. What if Stroud continues to throw 40 times a game? Like that's,
dude. We need to stop with the preseason stuff, man. We were just like pushing all Steelers up. You couldn't even draft Stroud for that one game. Like, it's funny. It's funny, man. Stroud is, dude.
No year 2 bump.
He's let down 4 starting offensive linemen too.
Yeah. Which is kind of the reasoning that everyone's defensive about the Dameon Pierce shares, but
yeah,
you'd love to see this.
It's weird. Yeah,
you'd love to see this.
Like, they're just airing it out to him, man. He's getting crazy air yards.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. The Texans, they look fun.
No year 2 bump yet from Kenny Pickett. We'll see Deontay Johnson. Obviously,
he's just bad.
He makes an impact, though. Deontay Johnson opens up the field. All right. Coop's in this one. Jewish McCaffrey again. Slaying it.
Love it.
Slaying it. So pick 6.
I
haven't seen anyone grab Kelsey Mahomes yet. Have you?
And I haven't been paying attention in the last 2 we did, but the one I did earlier, I got Kelsey, Amon-Ra, and Mahomes.
Mm-hmm. Oh dear.
What's up?
Do we have news on the pick'ems?
What happened?
The Discord is litty today. We got a 5-piece and a 3-piece for the boys in the Discord. And Drewski, shout out to Drew. He tailed it. And he accidentally tailed it a second time. Played the same line twice, wins 600.
Oh, is that TV
Let's
bucks?
go. Yeah. Let's go. Feeling good. So this total, let's just do a quick refresh here. Did it pay out yet? No, it didn't pay out yet. Just gross. We pay for odds jams and it's basically just it's an optimizer that just takes the lines of every single sports book and it tells you what your percent is to hit, and it gives you all the best bets for Underdog.
I'm a big plus TV better. That's what I started my Twitter account for. So I know.
So you know.
I used to be grinding odds jam, dude. I used to post post a play for every single sportsbook boosting promo. I was tracking everything too. It was I got super burnt out of it and didn't tweet for a year. And now I'm back as a fantasy football account.
Let's fucking go.
Right.
So that's the best.
Let's just go Keenan Hawk.
Keenan Knock?
Keenan Hawkinson, yeah.
Love that.
Because I don't think you're really gonna get that unless you just what are their ADPs? 9.
You can
12. So you could get it.
I definitely have one share, but I agree. That's a weird spot being right there at 6 with Diggs and Lamb.
Right. I think there's a pretty big drop off after Bijan. So, and I think that kind of next range is similar. And I think that's totally fine to just click those two because they correlate, and it is hard to get. Oh, somebody said they got Jefferson, Keenan, and Hawkinson. Oh God. Okay. We're just different, we're different.
That's where that's where we reach down and we grab the guy
where Nico Collins beats Jefferson,
Did it happen last week? Yep.
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 Yeah.
Oh shit.
No,
it's too much.
That's a pretty fire start though. But
so sick. I'm still cool with this too.
Yeah, I'm fine with it too. Otherwise, it's tough. You'd have to reach on Keenan in the second and hope Hawkinson comes back too.
That's the thing. I need more like random, like this could be a Justin Fields lineup. That's just the way I feel like any lineup could be basically Justin Fields. When you look at this slate too,
Yeah.
after Lamar, you just have pocket passer after pocket passer. Like there's no Danny Dimes on this slate. Deshaun Watson has now become he's just become a bad pocket passer at this point. He's not running the ball.
He's running Tannehill at this point.
Ritter had 10 rushing attempts. A little sneaky stat for y'all in the live stream.
I would say we should, since we're like low-key betting a lot on Keenan and Hawk by like kind of just pushing them up to the 1-2 turn, I think we should go with either Cousins or Herbert. Not that we have to come right now, but I think we should in general. We should grab Gibbs or Henry, I think, or we're gonna get kind of screwed at RB.
Yeah. I like the usage that they're giving Henry. One of these games he's gonna pop.
Okay.
And that's the thing. If Henry does pop,
or do we just go Gibbs too? Oh no, bro. I was gonna say we just take both and then just take, if Herbert falls, just take him. If he doesn't, we'll just take Cousins.
Could this be the could this be the second lineup that wins with two wide receivers?
With what?
With two wide receivers, with Keenan Allen, and we go Mike Williams.
Oh yeah.
Or is Mike Willie gone?
Did that win?
Damn, Mike Willie's.
They already went. What the hell?
Mike Willie's gone.
Okay, so we probably weren't going to get Herbert. I thought you'd reached on Mike Williams. He probably won.
Yeah. What won? It was last year, like week 3 or 4, where Tyler Boyd.
Yeah. It was Chase Boyd week, and then
Chase Boyd with Burrow.
That Ravens game, the Ravens Dolphins game last year. I don't know if anybody did. Waddle, but that would have been optimal.
Mm-hmm. Tyreek Waddle with Lamar.
With
Lamar.
That would have been
because he had a crazy rushing game.
Yep. Andrews had like 20. So Andrews would have been optimal too, but that all sounds like a tight fit for ADP.
It's funny, like as these battle royals like move on, it's just like at first I like to get the games that, you know, are high priced or the ADPs I think are going to move while you still can, like when contest opens, and then near the end, you start to mix it up a little bit, or you're scooping values because other people are mixing it up. So now you're getting ADP values, but it's important to know where the ADPs start too.
I've never hopped on Monday nights to try and get crazy teams. Probably should start doing that. It seems like just 100%
just
total games, because those are the ones that just get pushed up by the end of the week.
I do about 1/3 of my drafts on.
Oh really?
When it opens.
I just love Monday Night Football. I just sit on the couch and just relax and just have a beer, dude. I don't know. I'm just chilling, not worrying about drafting, but I might have to get in on it.
The pro level is just too high.
I love Monday Night Football, man. A little Manning cast in there. I love Lockett. Can't really do a bring back there.
No, and there's no. I mean, we could go Cooper for the Derrick Henry bring back. I think that makes sense.
Yeah, that is the pass funnel. Yeah, I like that. Solid. I like it. Who do you like at RB? Like, who's left still? Like, who are you scrolling?
The reach downs. Like, you can go Aaron Jones with your last pick. I don't think there's any risk there. Even like if he ends up inactive, it doesn't matter because you can just swap it for. Swap it for anyone. Yeah, you're not.
He's just. I don't know, man. I don't know if he's good. Like
James Conner. You want this to come back,
dude? He's kind of always viable.
For James Conner.
Just for 8 yards, what happened? He's. Dude, they just used the hell out of him. Like, oh wait, are they against Dallas though? That might be a nightmare.
Yeah, they're against Dallas. Gus Edwards is 2.
I think Dameon Pierce you can play.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that.
He's definitely a bounce back candidate.
Dameon Pierce. Is there a risk to actually starting Kendra Miller? If you just draft Kendra Miller and he doesn't play, you can just pick swap him out.
Yeah, but what if he plays and he's just a backup? That would suck.
That would really suck.
And you drafted Tony Jones' backup. You're just like, donating, man. You can just instead.
I just go to the settings on YouTube and I find a way to delete my account as soon As soon as we almost reached 1K, and then the Kendra take took it over.
Start losing followers.
I would unfollow myself. Madison.
I was gonna hate him, but you can click him. Yeah,
after too bad. Like Tampa Bay's got good run defense. They've had a good run defense for 3 years, and then Philly. In this game,
Pacheco's viable. I really do.
Pacheco's always viable for a leverage play.
The leverage, and they could just like beat the hell out of those guys, and they're gonna run it with him.
Clyde only getting 3 touches, and McKinnon just really not even being part of the game plan right now. 3 catches.
They're both kind of. I mean, Pacheco's getting most of the work.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Ramondre moves up a little bit. I mean, geez, I'm never clicking Jerome Ford over him.
No, I agree with that. Mostert has a couple weeks left. Those 31-year-old legs, I don't know how much I trust that, but
yeah, I like Pacheco for sure of those guys. Aaron Jones, I mean, Javonte is. I mean, if Zach Moss wasn't playing I think the Ravens front seven's good. Zach Moss looked really good on Sunday.
He did. It's weird. Back-to-back games, he's got over 20 touches.
And they've been playing with pace and
but Baltimore's
surprising.
Run defense is relatively good, no?
Yeah, if that was a better matchup, I would definitely be playing some Zach Moss, as crazy as that sounds.
Like Houston, obviously not.
I also am going to be heavy on Josh Kelly that's such an easy click, I think, if we get news Eckler. I mean, he's going to skyrocket, though, if Eckler is trending towards being out, because right, that's the crazy high game total. And he's just getting 80% of the running back snaps.
It's true. Yeah, there's ways to definitely leverage the slate and get different this week at running back and receiver. I mean, Judy's one of those receivers that if I pull this back up real quick, Judy, sure, he didn't get the usage last week, but obviously easing him back into it. DJ Moore, he looks frustrated out there, man, but it doesn't mean it can't
that
hit.
Looks like a nightmare, man. I don't know. It
I
does
know.
not look good. And
I know.
I want to be optimistic because I love Fields. I love DJ Moore, but it looks bad.
But KJ Osborne's, he's out there 97% of the time still right now.
That's a completely viable play, KJ Osborne. We've seen the spike weeks from him,
especially in this match.
In that game, true. If he was in a lame game, I would say no shot. But in that game, absolutely.
Right. You can go probably back to the well and Christian Kirk. It's just, it's not the highest.
That honestly cracked me up. That's that line.
More in redraft though. In a redraft, I think you can play Christian Kirk this week in your flex and then sell him after this week if Zay Jones continues.
It's actually the ADPs are funny, right? Because wasn't Zay Jones going ahead of Kirk last week because of week 1, and now Kirk has the game, and now Kirk just goes ahead. You might as well just draft opposite. You might as well be drafting. You should have been drafting Kirk last week probably, and now you should probably be drafting Zay Jones this week.
Zay Jones injured his foot too, little.
Oh, did he? He left for a bit.
So we'll see. But yeah, DJ Moore. If you're playing DJ Moore, you likely want it to go with Fields, I would say. And you're just, I like that too.
Yeah.
Although I think I like a Komet bring back a little better. Komet's sneaky too.
Not being nice, good for the Kelsey leverage too.
Someone drafted Komet this game, right?
If that happens to get there, then you just lapped all the Kelsey Mahomes teams.
And Komet's gone back-to-back 7 targets, 6 targets, so this team just needs to get into the red zone.
Yeah.
And what's weird is they're not running the ball really at all. Herbert's not getting the usage.
I don't know what they're doing. 7
attempts. And Rashawn Johnson's not getting the usage. So this team, it just seems like
there's not much good going on over there.
No. They'll figure it out. But anything to say to people before we take off tonight? Duels?
No, not much. Good luck drafting this week. I think it's a fun slate. Yeah, I'll be in there a bit. Maybe a few dog bowls.
Yeah.
Miami gone.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys win, I can clear my schedule. We'll go to Miami together.
Maybe neither of us will just go crash it.
That's the best. That's the best. 100%.
Just knock on Rugman's door. Nez will let us in. Well, I'll hit up Nez.
Let's go.
Nez
Let's
is gonna
go.
sneak us in the back door.
Let's go. We're going either way. If you guys want to draft with us off stream, join the Discord. Bunch of good stuff going on in there. We smashed a pick 'em tonight. A 5-piece and a 3-piece for the boys. Appreciate everyone coming out. Drop a like, sub on the way out. Almost at 1K. Appreciate you. Have a good night. Pounders.